Hey everyone, how are you doing? I hope you are doing absolutely fine. My name is Namu and you are watching Vocabulary Practice with Namu. In this video, I am going to discuss how to create an English speaking environment around you. So, in this video, I am going to discuss my personal experience, how I create an environment for me, and also giving you few tips that you can also create an environment for yourself. So without so much time, let's dive into the video. So I want to tell you that my mother tongue is Hindi. So most of the people surrounded by me is talking with me in Hindi because it's our mother tongue. So it's easy for us to talk in Hindi. So it's not easy for me to create an environment for English. That is really tough. And if I am talking about my in initial stage, it's not easy for me. But I have a habit of taking a challenge that always I aim. I have a habit to taking a challenge, so I love to find a ways that how can I create a English speaking environment for me. So I am always try to find ways. But if you are a beginner, if you are in a learning stage, if you are an initial stage of learning English speaking, it's not easy for you, but you have to try to create an environment for you. But in initial stage, it's tough for everyone. It's tough for everyone. It's already tough for me also, but I am trying because when I am in school, I love vocabulary. I love to learn vocabulary. I am always be prepared myself to learn vocabulary. So many vocabulary I have learned because in my school we have to learn vocabulary. So because in revision we always have word meaning, that is a basic word meaning, but that is a reason. It's a little habit that I have create that time, and that is also right now I have a habit of learning vocabulary. That also helped me to create an environment around me, but it initial stage it's not easy. So I am just finding ways. So if you are as your local language, if you are in a place where you have surrounded by most of people that is talking in Hindi, it's not easy for you, but you have to create an environment for you. Like you have to do it like I am doing that time. That I love to learn English, so I have tried to read books. But in initial state, I am not a fond of learning reading English book. It's not easy for me, but I learn because I want to learn English speaking. So I have tried to read books in initial stage. At the early stage of reading books, it's not easy for me. So I am just reading one page in a day, but I have to kept reading inconsistency. I don't like to skip because I have to learn English. So I am always creating an environment for me to read books. In initial stage, it's tough for me, so I am kept reading books every day. Every day I have learned a one chapter. I have read a one chapter, and that is creating a little habit for me and also creating an environment for me to speak in English. That is a first step I follow, and now I can understand how much they impact me. Reading books, they impact me, they create an English environment for me. I am also doing in initial stage. I It's not easy for me because as you all know that my mother tongue is Hindi. So I love to talk in Hindi. I love to talk with those people who love in Hindi. But as I want to learn in English also, so I am just find ways how to learn, how to create an environment for me. So I am just looking for those person that also have a same habit, but not easy for me. It's not easy for me but I love to learn English. That is a why I am trying to learn newspaper. I am trying to read newspaper, English newspaper basically. But as I already told you, that reading habit is not in my favorite subject. So I am just trying to read headlines. But in initial stage, it's not easy for me. I don't understand the vocabulary because it's very advanced level. You know already that if you look a newspaper that is in English, you can understand, like Hindustan Times, you can understand how tough the vocab is, but it's not easy for me. So when I am reading a newspaper, I am just say right, I took a pencil and mark in that word, that is I am not understanding, that is I don't know what is the meaning of that word. I just find few words, and also I am trying to search in a Google. I am trying to search in a Google that what is the meaning of that word. That also encourage me to create an environment around me. That is really helpful for me, because that is the initial stage, that is the time when I am creating a habit of learning English. I am creating a habit surround around me to create an environment for English. That is the first step that I follow. And day by day I have learned, I have read so many newspaper, I have found so many vocabulary, and I am always create a notebook, I am always create a notes to learn new meanings. That also give me chance to create an environment around me. And I just want to tell you, I love to watch news. I love to watch news channel that is basically in English. I love to watch, but it's not easy for me to listen in English, so I try to listen at least 10 to 15 minutes. That also help me to create an environment around me. And I am always trying to thing that is around me is in English. I always try to learn little knowledge about English. I have watched so much content about English in YouTube, and I want to share one application with you that is called Ace Fluency. I just want to tell you, I saw that app and I try to watch this app. So I install that app and I am just trying to search what is the that app, how can that app help me. But I want to tell you, when I go to that app, I install that app and I saw there is live room also, and also a subscription. If you want to join, you have to subscription, you have to take a subscription that is paid. So I, in initial stage, I don't want to be paid by that. I just want to test that how can it create some magic to learn English. So I am just I want to tell you that if you don't want to get paid, you have to try a live room that is absolutely free. So I am just checking in the live room and I saw so many learners that also have a same interest like me to learn English. So in that room I entered and I am talking with them in English. In initial stage it's not easy for me. So I am just finding a beginner. I am just try to enter those room who have a beginner, means have a same interest like me. And I, it creates a magic, it creates a magic that that is the reason I am standing in front of you and speaking. I know I am not perfect, but I have learned a lot from that. So is Fluency, I just want to tell you that test this app. Also, I just want to suggest you that you have also installed this app that is called Ace Fluency, and it is a great app. I just want to tell you it is a great app. So just try that app. So that is the experience I share. I have a lot of more experience. I just uh, install so many word series. I love to watch word series like word game. If you know, you can go in a Play Store and install a word game that is also alphabetically, so you have to arrange word that called meaning, so you can learn so many words from there that also help you create an English environment around you. So that is my experience. Now I am going to tell you what is the way you can also create an environment for you. I can understand when you also have a language, you have also a local language, your mother tongue is not English, I can understand. So you also try to create an environment for you. So always try, or you need to try to read book. Yeah, that is important for you, but now I can understand it's not easy for you also like me. So in initial stage it's tough for you, it's little tough for you. You have to be patient, you have to read a book at least one page a day, but be consistent, don't skip your habit. You have to create a habit. When you create a habit, your mind also think in English, your mind also think in English, they also encourage you to learn more English. That is really a very fun for you. When you can learn how to speak English, I can show that you also have so much interest, that you also have so much fun when you're learning English. And also it impacts you, you be confident because you have a learn of those language that you always want. But in initial stage it's not easy for you, but day by day you can improve yourself. And also I just suggest you also, you have to listen little podcast. Yeah, in nowadays so many techniques, so many apps that you can also install, that is Google podcast. If you learn how to speak in English, if you want to create an environment for you, you have to watch Google podcast. There you have so many learners, there you have so many interviewers, there you have so many uh, interest, whatever you want, you can listen that podcast. I just want to suggest you that if you want to create an environment for you, just go and check Mr. Ankur Wariku. That is a love, that he is a very great guy. The way he is speaking, it is awesome, and I really love to listen him, because it is again Mr. Ankur Wariku, voice with Wariku. So you can also check this podcast and you can learn so much from him. At I can feel the same. So I suggest you that go and listen Mr. Ankur Wariku, a voice with Wariku, in Google podcast. So you can have also in helpful for that you can create an English environment around you. And I just want to tell you that in initial stage you have to create a little thing. Means if you learn anything, if you watch anything in Hindi or Tamil, in Punjabi, like your mother tongue, you also try to change this habit in, you have to try to learn in English also. So means, I mean to say that if you are watching any web series, so you have to check the subtitle that is in English. That also help you to create an English environment around you. That also help you to create an English environment around you. That also give you chance to think about English. That also give you chance to speak about English. When you listen something, try to stand in front of a mirror and speak about it. That also help you to create an environment for you. In initial state it's little tough, we all know that. I am also have a difficulties when I am in a learning stage. I am in an initial stage of learning English. So in initial stage it's little tough for you, but I can assure that you can learn easily and you have so much fun when you learn few things about that. So always try to write in English, always try to watch and listen in English. In initial stage it takes time to, so you have to be patient and you feel the same way that I am. I know in initial stage it's really tough. When you reading a book, you felt sleepy. I can understand. I am also the same person. In initial stage, you feel sleepy. So whatever, you don't need to think. You just try. Whenever you try, you create an environment, English environment around you. You create an English environment around you, and you love to create these things because you have to want to learn English. So it's really helpful for you, and you felt so good. You feel so comfortable when you have taken time, when you day by day improving yourself, you feel so much interest to learn English speaking. So that's all thing that I have to tell you, that also help you to create an English environment around you. And I just want to ask you that if you don't understand whatever I am telling you, just give me feedback, just give me comments so I can understand what is the mistake I have did, because I am not perfect. I am still a learner. So give me feedback also. And also, if you like my content, please like, share and subscribe my channel. And I just want to ask you, please give me comment that you got my notification or not. So that's all for today's class. I hope you like my content. Please like, share and subscribe. That's all. Please do take care of yourself. Till then, bye bye. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.